I first off want to say my sincerest condolences to Kormasa's family. We lost a beautiful person, a beautiful spirit, a beautiful light. Everyone whose lives Kormasa came into, she left something. She left an imprint on us that is never going to be forgotten. When I've known Kormasa my whole life, but I became close with Kormasa towards high school, college. Of course, when you're trying to find yourself, you're trying to navigate through this world and figure out who you want to be and what you want to be. And the biggest thing that Kormasa has always showed me and has always implemented all throughout her life is to always have a good time. Never let the adversities of life hold you down. Never let the things that are going on in your life keep you from being the best you that you can be. Always try to be a light. Always try to be a positive impact in someone else's life. Even if things are not going good in your life, try to make sure that you are touching the lives of others in some way. And whatever your test is or whatever your trial is, make that a teaching point for people, that just because someone tells you that you can't do something, the best thing that you can do is to show them just how well you can do it. Show them that you can do it and just how well you can do it. And for that, I will sincerely miss Kormasa for that. Kormasa, you will truly be missed. You will forever leave your footprint in our lives and in our hearts, and we will never forget you. Rest in peace.
Peace and blessings, everyone. Evans Errorless. I am a friend, longtime friend of Kormasa. Known her dating back to my days in Princeton, and saw her most recently a couple of years back at my surprise 40th, and always kept in touch. I think some of the key traits of Kormasa was an ability to always make you feel welcomed, make you feel invited, and make you feel at home. Something that comes to mind specific to that is, I get into Northeastern. I had a very, sheltered upbringing, I would say, and you kind of just don't know how it's going to be. You're in this new place and all these people and coming from different walks of life. And then I have my moving bin, I'm rolling along, and I see her, and she waves, she says hi, we chat for a little bit, and all of a sudden, I felt like the tension in my shoulders just kind of relaxed right there on the spot. And I think that's something that she did for everybody, always made you feel welcomed, helped you relax, and helped you feel connected to where you were at or where you were trying to go. And I think the most important thing to be mindful of, when we think about life and think about death, is just feeling connected. All of our lives intersect in some way, in some capacity, and holding on to that wherever possible and however possible. I'm grateful to have known Kormasa. I'm grateful to have been in her presence, and I'm grateful for all the lives that I know she's touched. And I would only hope to be so fortunate as to pay it forward in some capacity by trying to do the same. We love you. We miss you. But you're always with us. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Chris Fogbote, cousin of Emmanuel Amos, and friend and family of our late beloved Kormasa Amos. And there are so many qualities to love about Kormasa, but some of my favorites include 1, her faith, and 2, her zeal for life. When I think about conversations that we had during family functions, I would always just remember a lot of laughter, a lot of smiles. And I would remember feeling just so inspired to tackle life. She was very motivating, very engaging. Think about it. What other person do you know starts their own talk show in their community, uplifting voices from all around in all walks of life? Or even what person runs for state office at that? And I really can't think of anybody except Kormasa in that regard, a very powerful woman. And I know that before her transition, she discussed launching a podcast with a close friend called Healed and Hilarious. And one of my favorite things that she did during her time with us before she transitioned over to heaven was to just remind us that healing is possible with laughter and some faith. So as we navigate life's challenges, I hope we can just remember that the joy of the Lord is our strength, and to let everything that has breath praise the Lord, just as Kormasa did, and she did it very well. So we love her, we miss her, we're here, and I know we'll meet again. Peace and love.
Hi, my name is Sterling Clinton Spellman, and I was Kormasa's friend and also had the honor of working with her as her coach and mentor. Kormasa embodied the spirit of a warrior. She was resilient. And one of my fondest memories of her is that every time we had a conversation, every time we met up, she was always speaking about how she wanted to leave an impact in her community. She loved the Liberian community. She loved the state of Rhode Island. And she always talked about, what can I do? We cannot leave it to other people to make a change. We have to be the ones. We, the young people, she would say, we, the young people, have to be the one to make a change in our community. I remember when we were working together and she first had to start wearing the oxygen mask. And at that time, she was doing her TV show and she was really nervous about, putting it out there that she would have to wear an oxygen mask all the time. And I remember our conversation, and one of the things we talked about was how what she was going through was just a part of her story, but it would not hinder her from showing up and spreading her getting to the core message. And that's exactly what she did. She showed up boldly with her oxygen mask, and she was able to record several episodes of that show, as well as to go on to run for public office. Talk about a warrior. Talk about that spirit of resilience. If we remember anything about her, I want us to remember that she showed up, and that should encourage us to show up regardless of what we're going through. That's the message Kormasa wanted us to live with. And so I will miss her. I am so grateful for the legacy she has left here with us in Emmy. And already we see the beautiful impact she had on all of our lives because her daughter has that same spirit. And so, Kormasa, we will miss you. And I say to our community, let's remember to show up as who we are, because that's what Kormasa will want.
Making sure your community is well taken care of, and my boss has always been into that, and I just love the mission there. Go home. I'm going to go home, cook, do a little bit of canvassing, and probably stay up till 2, because if anybody knows me, that is my time where I concentrate, I get work done. I'm in a space of peace. It's just, that's just it. And it might be a little bit of my meds just keeping me up and having insomnia, but that's okay because I keep going, and I love it. I feel that's the grace of God. Now it's about 2:43, and I'm here picking up my daughter from school. It's been a pretty good day, really, really active, especially on food distribution weeks where we have to serve over 250 to 300 bags of food to families. I love the job that I do. Again, it's always been about making sure your community is well taken care of, and my boss has always been into that, and I just love the mission there. Go home. I'm going to go home, cook, do a little bit of canvassing, and probably stay up till 2, because if anybody knows me, that is my time where I concentrate, I get work done. I'm in a space of peace. It's just, that's just it. And it might be a little bit of my meds just keeping me up and having insomnia, but that's okay because I keep going, and I love it. I feel that's the grace of God. in your minds, young Africans. This is the start of something new. If we can coordinate ourselves within less than a week, imagine what we can do in 5 years. That means with this kind of support, we can have one of our own in that office. And it doesn't even matter who it is. So it's not about me. We need to end that mentality. Do you agree? It's because of me here today, Liberia is the way it is. Like I said, this is a new agenda. We will stop asking for helping hands and be the change we want to see. We want partnerships. Our Nigerian brothers and sisters, our Ghanaian brothers and sisters, we are looking for partnerships within your community. Our African American brothers and sisters, we are asking for partnerships within your community. With that, we are a powerful unit. Yes. In our church, we call it the Joshua generation. We're tearing down walls today. We are tearing down walls. Some of you guys are so young, you're thinking, I can't do anything. But I'm telling you a story. I'm going to tell you a story about Josiah in the Bible. He was 8 years old when he became king. But that didn't stop him from being one of the great kings of his time. Can I get 2 volunteers to go on the other side and direct? On the other side of the State House to direct people to the back. Okay. Young people, Josiah was only 8 when he made a change for his whole nation. How old are you? 8. You're 8. What can you do today? Right. She already knows at the age of 8 she can make a change. If she's 8 years old and she knows she can make a change, what about you? Do you know that in your hearts of hearts? I don't want this to be a moment for us. I want this to be a momentum for us. I want to plant a vision in your minds, young Africans.
My name is Dr. Michael Fine. I'm the former director of the Rhode Island Department of Health. I am here with Kormasa Amos, who is the best organizer and best person I know. Vote for her.
It's very important. So, like, one of my things is civic education. I think that's empowerment for people when they know.
Right there.
When they know the impact they can make.
Yeah.
It's a great segue because I was going to ask you, because we talk about, even though we say we don't like to, we talk about politics in different levels all the time here, and we always say the national politics is what gets all the fanfare, but the local is what really affects you in your day to day.
Right.
And so here we are in Rhode Island. You kind of hear and see primaries September, and you're just like, I don't even know what that means. So can you kind of break down the process between now and the last election day in Rhode Island so that people know when to vote or what they need to do?
Yes.
Great job, Jen. That was good.
That was a good question.
She's a political correspondent, and that's why I point like this when I address her.
when he talks to me.
So the vote, you can vote on September 13th. But since COVID happened, we opened up mail-in ballots, in-person ballots. You can vote early in Rhode Island. You can vote 20 days before the 13th. So there's no excuse not to vote. Hey, I'm too busy. I got my job. I got my kids. What you're giving up is your power. That job you're complaining about, you could be making the vote for a $19 increase. According to, I forgot the website name, so forgive me. The minimum wage nationally should be $25.10.
Yes.
That's what it costs
To live.
And people are not even at 15. But when you say, let me go work these extra hours because I'm only making so much, when you can just say, let me vote so I don't have to work as hard.
Yeah, it's true.
That's power. That's power. When you get sick and you pay so much into healthcare, and then you lose your healthcare, and it doesn't matter how many years you've been paying into. Can I get an amen? And then they say, sorry, you're not covered anymore. That's a problem. Why are you going to sit there and suffer when you could vote?
It's true.
When we talk about children and education,
because I'm bringing home a C, you get mad at me. But you say you don't have time to attend school board meetings because you got to work. Don't do that. Vote. If you know, like, the Providence school systems were taken over by the state, and that was right before COVID, and nothing has really been done because of COVID. So the quality education in Rhode Island is boo.
Yeah.
Okay? It's boo. Those things, we do have a chance to make an impact and change those things. You put the right person in office, hopefully me. That's what I want to fight for. Quality education, universal health care, because it doesn't make sense right now. And increasing our wages more, especially, is very important. So, like, one of my things is civic education. I think that's empowerment for people when they know.